Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Darren Little here from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada with the MLM Superheroes, and we are live right now on an international broadcast, on an international training, broadcasting to all four corners of the world. Guys, what I want to do here today is I want to explain to you the psychology behind being able to close people, okay? It doesn't matter what you're marketing. The concepts are all the same. Straight across the board. Okay, it doesn't matter if I'm in a network marketing company, an affiliate program, a tool, a product, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It's the same straight across the board. Okay, so there's two sort of areas that I want to talk about today. First of all, congratulations. First of all, guys, to Chad Turner. Chad had an amazing $3,000 day today. Congratulations, Chad. That's his third one, guys, just so you know. Chad has really been committed to personal development. He's been committed to leadership, and he's really led, from learning a strategy, which he learned on Twitter. He combined it with conversational marketing, and he took the strategies that he learned in Millionaire Mentoring, and now he's opened up a gateway where he's the leader on a front path, and he's moving now into some personal branding and some really cool things. So congratulations to Chad Turner there. I also want to just extend a massive congratulations to Mark Quiet, who I think is ranked either number 3 or number 4 right now in our top 100 company-wide, guys. This is out of tens of thousands of people that Mark is now currently ranked between number 3 and 4. He's been hovering back and forth, but I keep on having this vision that he's going to like pop up and end up winning the thing. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. So that's great. Also, just want to extend a little bit of a shout out here to Jessica. Jessica ranked as high as number 6 on the leaderboard, and I got to tell you guys, the competition is fierce. Okay, I mean, I think right now I'm ranked number 19. I zoomed up there, I think up to maybe 10 or 11, and then I zoomed all the way back down to 35, and now I'm back up at 19. But I mean, it is like fierce competition. These are some of the best marketers in the world that we're up against here. So when you're ranked in the top 100, that is a massive accomplishment that you guys really need to be proud of. I did have a conversation with Jessica. Jessica is right in the zone, right, between going all in full time, right? That's how she's right on the edge, right? And I'll talk a little bit about that tonight on this call, going into that. And also to Richard. Richard just sort of made that first step to the top producer formula. Just so you know, guys, that's really the gateway. So what I want to explain to you before I get into the lead side and the closing side, I want for you to understand what is my psychology for me, okay? Because you have to be bulletproof yourself, right, in order to be a power closer, right? You've got to be that person that is, when I tell people to do their visualization of going to the next level, I'm not kidding you guys. I really tell people, if you want to go to the next level, be RoboCop, because that's who people will follow into battle, because RoboCop is bulletproof, right? RoboCop can take the bullets and keep on going in, and that's the type of confidence that people want to know when they're following a leader. They want to know that you know what you're doing, right? So here's what I will tell you in the basics of moving into leadership and being a power closer. Here's the thing that you need to just know, and really this is it. What's going to determine how much money that you make is how many qualified buyers you have show up on a page. That's it. Okay, that's it. How many qualified buyers do you have show up daily on a page? That's it, okay? So if you know that that's really the business that we're in, right, the rest of it is all pre-framing to get them there, right? So what you got to understand about the model, right, is it's the stories. The stories. The stories are what make your selling. The stories are what connect to people's hearts and their emotions. It's all about the stories, okay? So you'll see me talk about, you know, so there I was, you know, I was in the mall, or I'll tell some story like that so that I'm taking people through a visual situation, right? I'm taking them through a story where they're following it all the way along, and then I'm going to bridge into getting them to that page, right? Or I'm going to dangle a little carrot of, you know, hey, are you having this problem? I had that problem too, but hey, I found a solution, and here's where you can get it. Go here, right? But it's all attached to those stories, so very important. So I think that, you know, by now working on the team, that people understand the basics of what's different between networking and pitching a person, right? With networking, it's very, very casual, guys. And I talk about a lot about the polarity of the magnet. And it's something internally in your body, guys. And this really is real, okay? So if I'm reaching out to people that have already purchased from me, okay, so they've bought a $7 trial, or they've bought a $47 basic membership, or maybe they've gone pro with 97 bucks, or they bought the six-figure shortcuts. They bought something from me, okay? Now, that's the best type of what I call a buyer lead, okay? So they haven't gone all in yet, right? But they're a buyer lead, okay, which are the best type of leads to have. So they're not cold. Now, what's cold? When I'm dealing with cold market completely, right, what I want to do is I want to connect with the person. That's my first goal. So I just say, hey, Tom, how's it going? How's the day going so far? Pretty good, Darren. How about yourself? I typically open up completely, guys. I talk about being a naked soul or being vulnerable, and I really talk about my real life. So I talk about my son. My son's here right now from San Diego on spring break. You know, we went to the gun range yesterday, and we shot some rifles and stuff, and, you know, today I'm dog sitting. Like, I really bring people into my world when it comes to chat with a complete total stranger. So people ask me, how is it possible that you can recruit people between 6 and 45 minutes? It's possible because I've got no agenda, right, other than to help them. That's my only agenda, right? Well, if I can help them solve a problem, right, that's what I want to do. Well, what's their problem? I don't know. How do I know? I won't know what their problem is unless I have a connection. I need to find out what's going on in their life, right, and listen, right? Find out what's going on in their life and listen, right? So once I do that, right, once I connect with them there, I can ask a few probing questions to find out if they're actually, you know, living their passion and getting closer to their dream or not. One of the two. This is cold market, guys. I'm going to show you the distinction between the two. Complete cold market, okay? So if somebody is a realtor or a mortgage broker, an insurance agent, or whatever, okay, here's what I want to know. I want to know how long have they been doing it, right? And I want to know, I might say, what do you like best about it, right? And they tell me. I go, what do you don't like about it? And they tell me, and I go, is it your passion? Now, if you ask somebody that, and they're in a mundane zone, and they're in transition or breaking point, you can be rest assured, if you've been open, they open up completely, right? They'll say, oh, actually, no, it's, you know, it sucks. Really? Tell me more about that. 5 words will make you rich, guys. 5 words, right? So what I'm going to do now is I want to get what's called leverage, right? So once I can get that leverage point, it's like winning an arm wrestle. Once you're over this and you're in there, oh, boom, down, right? So my goal is to get them connected to their dream. That's it, right? That's all I want to do. I want to connect the person to their dream, right? So let's go back into now a qualified buyer, okay, qualified buyer. So here's a perfect example of me calling a qualified buyer, right? So I'm calling Tom, right? Ring, 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 ring. Hello, Tom? Yeah, listen, it's Darren Little calling with iPass. I just wanted to reach out, touch base, say a quick hello, and say welcome, welcome aboard, welcome to the team. I just wanted to say congratulations on taking action, and I want to do whatever I can on my side to be able to help you to get to your dream. That's my opener, right? So what's the conversation about? The conversation is going to be all about Tom, the whole thing, right? I'm not talking about the company. I'm not talking about products. The whole conversation is going to be about him. So here's what I want to know, okay? First of all, I'm going to let him talk, right? He's like, oh, hey, Darren, how's it going? Yeah, I'm really excited, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Tom, well, listen, you know, what I want to do here is I want to be able to give you as much value as I possibly can for the time that we spend on the phone. Is that fair? He's going to say yes, okay? Now, when you learn about closing, guys, you will learn to ask questions where you're going to get a yes answer, okay? I might say, you know, doesn't it make sense that ba, 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 and they're going to say yes, right? So when you understand the process of psychology, if I can have a person over and over and over say yes, 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 boom, they're going to do whatever I want at the end. It's like hypnotic, right? So here's what I want to do. I'm going to say, Tom, I'll tell you what. Tell me more about your reality right now. What's going on in your world? And now I just shut up. Okay, so I want to find, here's some of the things that I want to find out. I want to find out, is he married? Does he have kids, right? How old are the kids, right? Because what do I want to do in that early part of the conversation? This, right? I want to get a connection, finding a couple things in common. So if he's got kids, right? I've got a son, we've got something in common, right? So, so what I want to do is I want to find out about his world. I'm going to just keep on letting him talk. If he doesn't talk enough, I'm going to probe him a little bit more, okay? So the things that I want to find out about are, is he married or single? Does he have kids or not, right? What line of work is he currently in, right? And why did he get involved with iPass in the first place, right? And I want him to tell me, okay? Now, once he tells me a little bit about his reality, okay, on this side of the timeline, okay, now what I'm going to say is this. Tom, tell me about your vision. What do you really want? Now I'm going to connect him to a future reality, okay? So what's happening now, right? And a little bit of rapport to get a connection. And then what's happening, what's his vision of the future, right? And I'm going to say, Tom, give me an idea. What type of an income do you really want to be able to make? Okay, now he has to give me a number, right? Now, if I say, you know, what kind of an income do you want to make with iPass? And they say, well, as much as possible. I say, you know what? That's like asking for nothing. So if you don't give me a number, I can't help you. Okay, so I need an actual number. 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. I have to have a number so we can figure out a strategy to work backwards, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find out, right, what that number is. Okay, now let's say that he gives me a number of 10,000. I'm going to say, Tom, tell me, what do you want the money for? He's going to now start to spend it. Okay, so I'm here and the vision, right? How much money you want? He gives me a number. I go, tell me what you want the money for. He now spends the money here. Okay, so now I say this. Well, I mean, give me an idea. I mean, what level of income right now are you accustomed to making? Now I've got a qualifier with that, because I can see if he's qualified right there, right, to be able to go for black card. Okay, so if he is, as an example, making $80,000 a year, and I know he's married, now what I'm going to ask is, you know, does your wife work as well, right? So what would you say would be the combined income of the family, right, coming in per month? Because I want to give him the best value I can to create a strategy that's going to work for him, right? So now I say to him this, well, let me ask you a question, Tom. I mean, you know, on a scale from 1 to 10, I mean, 10 obviously being the most serious, how serious would you say that you are about, and I'm going to list all of the things that he told me, okay, off. How serious are you about the college fund for the kids, putting the expansion thing on the house, traveling the world, having, you know, taking care of your mom, retiring your wife, right? How serious are you about that, right? On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the most serious. Now here's the clincher, guys. If he doesn't give me a number that's 10 or higher, okay, this is what I say. You know what, Tom, I'm going to be honest with you here, man. I mean, quite honestly, I don't even know if there's a fit with you on our team. He's going to be like, what? What do you mean, right? And I'm going to say, you know, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. And if your number's not a 10 or higher, if you're an 8, that means 20% of your mind has already quit. Within a week, it'll be 40%. And within a month, you'll be out of the business, okay? And my time's really super valuable. And if I'm going to invest my time into your dream, if you're not a 10 or higher, I can't work with you. Now, that's a shocker, guys, for people, for when somebody says that. And it instantly puts you in a posture position as a mentor and as a leader, right there, right? You haven't even talked about products, nothing, right? You're still qualifying that person to see if they're the right fit for you. For you as the leader, guys, for you, if they're the right fit for you, if you want to invest your time into that person. Keep in mind, every single person is like a franchise, right, that's going to create royalties, right? 1, 3, 5, and every 5th are going to be pass-ups, right? So, Pat, can you please mute out your line there? You've got some background noise going on. So every person's going to be like a franchise, right? They're going to continue to provide you with revenue, okay? So now that I've got a lot of information, guys, within 5 or 6 minutes with calling a person. I know where they're at, right? I know their vision, right? I know what it is that they want, why it is that they want that thing, right? And when they give me the number, let's say the person says, I say, well, give me an idea. I'm on a scale from 1 to 10. I mean, how serious are you about that? And the guy says, oh, I'm a 15. I go, really? A 15? Tell me why. Now he's selling me, guys. He's selling me on his dream. I haven't even talked about products yet, right? He's selling me on his dream, okay? So once I have that, okay, once I have that, now let's go back to the cold market side. So if I was working with a person in the cold market in chat, right, and I get to the point where I've identified pain, okay, or a need, something that they want, or they're in a business and they're not getting the type of success that they want, right, all I need to do is get to the leverage point, right, to the leverage point, right? And here's the question that I say to cold market. Bob, let me ask you this. If I was to tell you that people on my team right now make as much as $7,500 their very first month, and as much as $11,500 by month 2. And it was only, now keep in mind, I'm going to have a lot of data that I've collected in my rapport building, right, that I can find out, look at their profile, you know, ask them a couple conversations, see what type of industry they're in that will rank them for income levels, right? All it takes is a couple questions to find that type of information out, right? And I know what type of things to ask, right? So when I say that, I've got 3 different levels, and quite honestly, guys, it really depends on what my feeling is, right? So there's sort of 3 levels. The bottom level is going to be your inner circle, right? Your pro, right? Combo, and it's around $340 or something like that. I don't know what the exact number is, but you know, it's your affiliate, your 25, your 100, your 197 for 6-figure shortcuts, your 47, and your 97. They're all, add those all up, and you've got a number. I think it's like 329 or 330, something like that. Anyway, the gateway, guys, just so you know, is top producer formula. Okay, so that's the middle carrot, the gateway. The person is a 6-figure plus income earner, right? Then it's going to be the black card zone. But I'm talking back on the cold market. So, you know, if I was to tell you that, you know, people on our team are, you know, make as much as $7,500 their first month, $11,500 month 2, and it was only $339 to get started in mentoring, what would you say? Now, then I go silent. Now, I can tell you that I have recruited a lot of people right into that, from nothing into that, right? And you can build a business and get to whatever income level that you want on that little tiny model. I call that the inner circle formula, okay? So that little model, okay, so whatever your number is, so this is how you work that to find out what your number is. And once you get to your number, guys, I recommend to put that number everywhere, literally everywhere, on your phone, put it on your computer, put it on your rear view mirror, put it on your fridge, put it on your microwave, put it on your bathroom mirror, everywhere that you can see that number, okay? So here's how this works. So let's say that the combined commission, and it depends on if you're black card or you're not black card, right? Most of the people that show up for these millionaire mentoring sessions are black card, so I'm going to work within that type of number. Okay, so basically your basic package is $47, it pays $25, and the pro is $97, it pays $50. That's a $75 commission there. And then on the opposite side, you've got your blog and your inner circle, right, which is the 2 pots, right? The front end, which is your lead gen, and the other side, which is your profit maximizers. So let's go 75 plus 87.5. Okay, so it's $162.50 in commission in your pocket per person per month. Okay, now I'm going to show you how this works so that really, you know, crank it in your mind and you go like, holy cow, that's pretty easy. Okay, so let's take a number. The average North American makes between $3,000 and $5,000 a month. Let's go on the high end to 5K. So we take 5,000, we divide it by 162.5. Okay, so it's basically 31 people, right? 30.76. Okay, so that's a small little tiny team, guys, just so you know. Okay, compared to people that I've got that I know that are my personal friends in companies that have 15,000 people on their team, guys, and they still don't make a $5,000 monthly residual income. They still don't, right? They might make $4,000 or $4,300 or something like that. They don't even make $5,000 a month. Okay, so when you're talking about a little tiny number like this, 30, 31, it's peanuts, right? So you've got to believe this in your mind, guys. When I tell you guys these stories, I'm talking about from my personal experience. In the event that you stay on this path, right? So let's talk about no money, right? Let's say I got no money, I got no budget, right? So what are the strategies that I can do? This is one right here, okay? So this is a value-based, value-added hangout, right, where I'm doing millionaire mentoring, and this can now be posted on my blog. This can be posted on my Facebook page, right? Plus it's going to be on my YouTube channel and collecting traffic in all these different areas. Okay, those are all free strategies. Google Hangouts free, Facebook is free, YouTube's free, Google Plus is free. But if you have value-based content that will help people, your content will start getting shared, right? So it'll go viral on its own, right? So that's the no budget, right? Now on the other side, you've got a budget. Now here's what I will tell you. I can have the same traffic with two different people. This person believes in their mind. This is how they do their analysis. Let's say that somebody buys $3,000 worth of traffic. The peak performer is saying in their mind, oh, I only need one sale. I need a black card sale, and I'm good, right? They're already at a very high resonant frequency. The other person's like, oh, I hope this works. What if I lose all my money? Right? And they're literally shaking in their boots, right? So it's the difference between these two different realities, right? This person already has accepted the fact that it's going to be a massive success. This person is panicking because they're scared, right? So there's these two different realities that exist simultaneously. Now, whatever one that you focus on, guys, is the one you're going to create. Just so you know, it's the wave particle theory. This is how it works, right? So whatever you are emotionally connected to goes out to the electrons, right? And that's going to determine if you're going to have this side or this side, one of the two, right? So now let's go back onto the situation of calling these people. Now, once I've got that person, right, where I know what their scale is, right, they are, I'm a 15, Darren, really? Tell me why. Now they're selling me, right? So now if I want to upgrade that person, here's what I'm going to say. Tom, let me ask you a question. Now, I will tell you that if you listen to Dave Wood, he says that a lot. If you listen to the stuff I do, I say that a lot, guys. Okay? If you're not saying that, you're not asking enough questions, right? You don't have control of the conversation. The person that asks the questions controls the conversation. Remember that. It's imperative in sales, okay? If you want to be a power closer, you should be asking all the questions and collecting all the data, right? And then all you're listening to is the answer to a question that you've asked, right? If you're really doing well in closing. So I'm going to say this. Let me ask you a question, Tom. Would you be okay having $3,000 days, or would you just be happy having $50 or $100 days? Now, most people are going to say, well, I want the $3,000 days, right? That's what most people will do, right? So now what I typically do is say this. So from what you're telling me, Tom, you're telling me that you're a 15, right? Now I'm going to read back all his goals. And, you know, you really want to get that, you know, retirement thing, and you really want to get that college fund for the kids, and you really want to get that vacation home. All the stuff that he's told me, I'm going to read back again. There's going to be multiple times in the conversation, guys, where I'm doing that. Now, why do I do that? I do that to get him emotionally connected to his dream, okay, so that he can literally taste it. Now, sometimes what I will do when if he's given me a number, right? So, you know, we're talking, say, $10,000 a month, or, you know, $15,000 a month. I'm going to take him actually through this little tiny thing where I'm going to repeat it a bunch of times. So I'm going to say, Tom, so imagine this. So there you are. You know, you're making $15,000 a month, month after month after month. You know that you have $15,000 a month in residual income coming in for you and your family, right? Would you live in the same area code or a different area code, right? He's going to say, oh, a different area code. Really, which one? Now he's going to go there in his mind, right? So maybe it's Florida or maybe it's here. So I'm going to say, well, do you visualize yourself in a condo or an apartment or a house, right? What do you see? Oh, it's definitely a house, Darren. Definitely a house, right? So what are we talking about here? You know, we're talking about a rancher. We're talking about 1-2 story, right? Is it close to the water? Is it in the city? Tell me a little bit about it. As I take the person through this, guys, do you realize they're living in the future? They're living in it's going right through their body. They're getting goosebumps through their body. They're living their dream. They're in their mind. They're in this new reality, right? So now when I talk about this, now I'm going to go back. I'm going to say, well, Tom, let me ask you this. If I told you exactly what to do right now, right, would you just do it? Would you just trust me and just take action, right? Or are you going to fight me every step of the way, right? Most people will say, yes, I will do it, right? If you want to have $3,000 days, Tom, like I did within my first 3 weeks, like 5 other people on our team have already had their first $3,000 days within 90 days. Some people have never had any experience of this ever before. What does that do? By having him be able to relate to that, he realizes that there's brand new newbies that have never had any type of success with this type of a model, right, having $3,000 days too. That means if they can do it, he can do it. So it levels his confidence level up to here where he's ready to throw his hat over the wall. Does that make sense to you guys? Right? It's all in the language, right? So what I want to do now is he's going to say, oh, I'll do whatever you say is. Whatever you say, Darren, whatever you say to do. I say, okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go through the setup videos. Okay, I want you to get your system set up. I want you to book an appointment with your life coach. I want you to log back into the front page, click the button that says the black card, and go black card. Now, when you've done that, I want you to call me back and let me know, right? You see how I'm giving them some tasks to do, okay? Then I say, now, what I want you to do over the weekend, or what I want you to do in the next couple of days, is I want you to go to darrenlittle.com/unstoppable, and I want you to go through that webinar and complete the assignments. Now, all that's going to do is get him more emotionally connected to his dream, guys. Emotionally. Right? That's manifestation. That's how you manifest. Right? Thought-directed emotion that generates feeling. Right? That's how you create whatever reality that you want. Right? Thought-directed emotion that generates feeling, that goes up and communicates with the electrons. Everything you want, everything you don't want. Which one? You're riding a tightrope between the two realities, guys. Imperative. If you want to go from where you are to the next level, right, which is 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, and then poof, once you hit multiple 6 figures, you can go like this right up to 7 figures. Okay, once you break that inertia, right, and you boom, once you're past 83.33 in a month, okay, that forward momentum will start to go like this, right? So if you watched a couple of the webinars with other leaders, they may tell you that it took 18 months to make their first 100 grand and 4 months to make their second 100 grand. How about that? How's that work? Right? It's not 18 months, right? It's exponential, and it goes like this, the curve. So you're going along, you break inertia, and then it goes, whoa, and it takes off like this, and it goes vertical. That's how it works, guys, with breaking inertia. Now, once you understand this, all the stuff that I'm sharing with you guys right now, right, and you watch this a couple of times, it'll start to make more sense to you. It'll start to make way more sense. So you've got where the person's at, where do they want to go, right? What's their vision, right? How much money do they want to make? How much money are they making right now? That's going to give you a temperature gauge. So if the person says that they're making between them and their husband or their wife $5,000 a month, what am I thinking? I'm thinking, okay, they can basically afford to get the top producer formula level, right? And if they don't have the money, they can come up with the money, guys. Trust me when I tell you. You have to believe this to be true, okay? They can come up with the money and at that mid-level, the top producer formula, right, if they're making $5,000 a month. Somehow, some way, they will get the money. It's only like, you know, about $750, $800. They can find the money, okay? Now, here's what a lot of times what I do as well is I tell people that they already have the money. They already have the money. I say, you know what, if I came over to your house right now and I actually did a walkabout through your house, first place I'm going is I'm going to your jewelry box. Because I'll tell you what, I'm going to find some gold in there that's collecting dust that you never wear, and I'm going to find some diamonds. I'm going to find gold, diamonds, bracelets, watches, stuff that's collecting dust, okay? And if I do a walkabout through your home, here's what I'm going to find. I'm going to find you got a whole closet of stuff that doesn't even fit you, that you can't even wear, right, because you've outgrown it, or you put on a bunch of weight and it doesn't fit you anymore, right? Or it was the opposite way where you lost a lot of weight and all this stuff that used to be big on you is hardly even worn, right, that you could liquidate, right? A lot of people have 2, 3 TVs in their house that are actually keeping them broke, right, that they can get rid of, right? Electronic stuff that they can get rid of and liquidate, and they can easily come up with that money. The other thing that I tell them is that the first level of advancement to get from that stuck reality that they are into the next reality is 2 things. They have to surrender their pride, and they got to surrender their ego. Okay? Otherwise, they can't advance. That's the rules of the game, guys, just so you know. That's how the game works. You have to surrender your pride and your ego in order to advance, right? So I say to them this. This is my major leverage point, guys. I'm just telling you. This got me tons of black card members. So basically what you're telling me, you know, Tom, is that you don't have the money, right? That's what you're telling me? Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, Darren. Absolutely, yeah. There's just no way that we can come up with the money. Okay, great. So I'm going to paint a little scenario for you, and I want you to tell me how you would handle this, okay? So, you know, it's 11 o'clock at night, and you get a call. Call's from the hospital. And the hospital doctor says, you know what, I got some good news and I got some bad news. You know, which do you want first, right? And you say, well, I don't know, give me the good news first, right? So the doctor says, well, you know, the good news is that your parents right now are still alive. The bad news is they've been in a head-on collision and they're in critical condition right now in the hospital. They have to go into surgery within 24 hours, otherwise they're going to both die. You're going to have to come up with $10,000. Now, I'll tell you what happens. That totally changes the perspective of everything in the reality for that person. Everything. Different perspective. Now, I say if that was to happen to you and you got that call and you had 24 hours to come up with $10,000 to save your parents' lives right now, what would you do? I want you to think about what you would do and the mountains that you would go through to be able to get that 10 grand. Okay, I'm not talking about 10 grand, right? I'm talking about $3,995. So when you get to the point where you put that much importance on you and your family, like you would to save your parents, that's when you will have your breakthrough. And that's a shocker, right? That's a shocker for them to go through that type of an experience, right? It's almost like a little bit of visualization where you take them to that type of scenario happening, right? And that, what does that do? That creates leverage, right? So, Stacy, if you have your microphone, can you unmute? Stacy, you there? Stacy. Stacy, we have you. Okay, Stacy's got some technical difficulties there. Okay, let's go over. Stacy, see if you can get your mic to work. Or I want to interview here for 5 minutes. So, Mark, can you unmute for a sec?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You know, Mark, I got to tell you, man, I am just so incredibly proud of you, man. I mean, it's just been an amazing thing that's happened here in the last, it's only been 7.5 weeks, I think, maybe 8 weeks. But you're ranked number 3 on the leaderboards, and you've just created an incredible residual income, probably $5,000 or $6,000 a month already, and climbing. You know, I think you, just in those last week, I think you brought in 45 trial members or something. Talk to me a little bit about, from the moment that you read my blog post to some of the things that you've done, that you've implemented into your life, that have not only affected your business in iPass, but your law firm and a whole slew of other things. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay, I'm going to try to be as brief as I can, first of all. But for those of you who have never talked to me or don't know me, I was familiar with Darren from several months ago, and I had gone through some of his training on the recruiting between 6 and 45 minutes before. I know that was some of what you've gone through, Darren, but if y'all were looking, I was taking notes while he was talking, because every time I hear it, I hear something I didn't hear before. But initially, when I saw the blog post, I'd been thinking about getting involved with iPass, and I think maybe when I saw the blog post, I went ahead and I joined iPass, but I didn't do the black card then. I knew I had 7 days to get the reduced price. So initially, what I did after I joined iPass, I went through the blog post and I went through some of the training, and I had never done this before, but one thing that Darren always talks about is going to the luxury car dealership and sitting in the car. Well, I have 2 children from my first marriage, and we meet halfway on Friday and Sunday every other weekend. So the nearest luxury car dealership is 90 miles from here, and I have to drive through it 4 times a month. I have to drive through that city. So on my way back from dropping my children off to meet with my ex-wife and drop my children off, I stopped at the BMW dealership on that Sunday. And I don't remember what date it was, Darren, but it was sometime in, I don't know, February maybe, February the 13th, 15th, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I just kind of hung out. You know, I got next to the BMW 750 Li, looked at the sticker, $96,000 and some change, and I thought, man, this is an amazing car. And I started thinking about, you know, what it would be like to have that car, and what it would be like to be able to spend that amount of money for something other than a house, because the only thing I've ever spent that amount of money on is a house or a building. I'm in my office building right now, and I spent more than that. But you know, I think one of the things that we have to realize is that everything is possible. There's nothing that's impossible for us as long as we don't limit ourselves in our mind. So that's when I really started thinking about that. And so
We may have lost him here. Mark, you still there? Can you guys hear Mark? No, I think Mark, we lost you. Okay, hopefully he'll log back in. Stacy, can you unmute for a sec? Mark, are you there? Oh, Mark's frozen. Okay, Stacy, did you get your mic working? Stacy? Stacy, what's going on, girl? We can't hear you.
are you there?
Okay, we got Mark back. Okay, cool.
Hey, all right, I'm going to try to speed up just in case this drops me again. Anyway, so I didn't stay very long, and I left, and I went home and, you know, spent time with the family. Well, then the next day, I went to court, and I spend a lot of time in court because I'm a lawyer and do criminal defense. And the next morning, my phone just out of the blue started just blowing up. And I have 2 cell phones, but one of them is on my business card. The number is on my business card. My cell phone started blowing up, and people are calling me, and they're saying, hey, I need to hire you for this.
Oh, we lost Mark again. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Okay, so he's logged in again. Mark, you there? Mark, where are you?
All right.
Okay, there he is.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
All right. Long and short of it, I had the best day I'd had in months. The next day, I made $30,000 in fees the next week in my law firm, and within the next month, I made a total. That next month that followed that, I made almost $60,000 in attorney's fees. Not only that, since then, I signed up a case that I've got a contingent fee on for $120,000. Got another case that I'm going to make a fee of over $100,000. This afternoon, I was thinking about this. Darren, you don't even know this. I was thinking about this video call, and I was thinking about the process I went through. And in 5 minutes, I received 3 messages, 2 by email and 1 phone call, of people who wanted to hire me, and the fee for my firm would be $10,000 or more each. Just when I was thinking about this particular call. So Darren's training is on point. All we have to do is, in our mind, remove any barriers, remove anything that's holding us down to a certain level, because there are no limits. We can do as much as we believe we can do. So I'm going to encourage everybody to go through the training. There's some of the training, Darren, that you mentioned that I have not accessed on Empower Network yet, but everything I've been through has been outstanding. But I'm just glad to be here. Most of the calls are on Sunday, and a lot of times I'm driving with my children, so I'm not able to do it.
No problem, no problem. Guys, what I want to just point out here, okay, is that this is all brand new information for Mark, okay, brand new, okay. He's 7.5 weeks in, right? But here's what's amazing about this, is that the successes that are going on in his life, okay, hear what I'm saying, guys, the successes that are going on in his life have nothing to do with iPass. How about that? It's everything to do with this new information that he's got, and once you understand this, something happens, guys, internally. Something happens inside your body like a switch that goes off, like a light switch. And when that happens, and you realize that through concentrated, focused thought, it is connected to your physiology in your body, which is our emotions, and it's going like a radio broadcast frequency out into communicate with those electrons. They're smaller than the atoms in the molecules, and you can dial it up and you can dial it down. Okay, so when I tell people that success is a radio broadcast frequency, I'm not joking, guys. This is the real deal. Okay, this is no BS. This isn't a concept. This isn't like, hey, maybe this is going to work. This isn't, hey, let's give this a good college try. This is the way that you create your reality, period. Okay, whatever side you are emotionally connected to, and there's 2. Okay, you got everything you want over here. You got everything you don't want over here. You're riding a tightrope between these 2 different worlds, right? So I say to people multiple times throughout the day, guys, multiple times throughout the day, you need to get grounded. How do I feel? How do I feel. Because that's what's communicating with the electrons. And once you understand this, you now have control, like you're on a sailboat and you can steer your ship, right? Like with the little jive thing in the back. You got the wind going this way, and then you can jive, and that's going that way, but you're going in the same direction towards your dream, all based upon what? Thought-directed emotion that generates feeling, right? Now for me, because I do this so much, it's anchored in my body so much, guys, literally, on demand. On demand, I can just go, how do I feel? How do I feel? And there's the goosebumps. You can see them on my arms. Just start, right? In that fast, right? Because I've done it so many times. The proclamations, speaking the reality into existence. Now, here's what I will tell you. I've gone on live chat, right, on live recruiting, right, where I've shown people, I've explained to them about quantum physics and how our screen on Facebook or Twitter, this will work really good for you, Chad, is an energy portal. Okay, it's an energy portal. Let's say that I'm talking to, you know, David, and I'm looking at David's picture, okay, as I'm chatting with him. And I talk to that picture. When I ask a question, right, that I want to, right when I'm at the part of closing, right, and here's what I say. David, you're about to make the best decision you've ever made your whole life. The moment that you say yes, the moment that you join this business, your life is going to change forever. David, the moment that you make this commitment, you're going to have more fun. You're going to be traveling the world. You're going to be literally living your dream. David, the moment that you say yes and join this business, your life is going to transform. I speak to that picture, and guess what magically happens? When I say, could you use an extra, 10 grand a month? Would that help? They go, yes. Right? I've already got that right to the point of closing this there. It's right. It's on the final stretch, right? So what I will tell you is once you get more tuned into the quantum physics, once you get more tuned into the fact that the only thing between you and your dream is you. It's your resistance, guys, yours. It's you resisting the abundance flow. The abundance is always going to be there. So is it going to go around you like a rock in the river, or are you going to surrender to the wealth, guys? This is why I tell people to sit in a very high-end luxury vehicle. I don't care whether or not you want it, right? Why do I say go sit in a $300,000 to $1,000 Bentley? Because you need to surrender your cells in your body to wealth. Right? To allow it to come in, right? Okay. So, Stacy, did you get your mic fixed? One last try for Stacy. Maybe pull out your headset.
Mom, can you hear me?
Oh, we got Stacy. Look at that. Oh, we had her. Now she's good. Okay.
Mommy. Give me one moment, Mommy. Wait, look at me. Mommy. Mom. I don't think you got me. Mommy.
Okay, perfect.
That is something that I'm taking for 1 second. Mommy. That is on a dinosaur. Mommy.
Stacy, there?
I can hear you.
Okay. So, Stacy, maybe you can just, share really quickly, just in the last couple of minutes here, because we're just about to wrap up. But you've got a really amazing story, because 3 weeks ago, the black card level seemed like Mount Everest, and 3 weeks later, here you are today, you're black card qualified, you've never been this connected to your dream before, and you're on an entirely different path. What was the distinction? What was the shift that you made to be able to go from where you were to where you are right now?
It was definitely the mindset. For a while now, I've just been falling forward, and also felt like there was this dark cloud around me. I didn't know how to get rid of it. And you gave me the steps. You showed me what to do, and so I diligently every day would look in the mirror more than twice a day when I'd walk by the mirror, tell myself that I'm courageous in everything that I am, and I shouted it out like you told me to, and didn't care who was around. I ordered the tapes, Dr. Paulus. I've listened to the first half hour about 4 times. I want to get through it all in one. I have my vision board. I have an appointment with a friend of mine to take me through the my future. I can't think.
Subconscious time travel.
Yes, my conscious time travel. And I've
getting commission notifications as we're doing this. This is awesome.
But I'm just doing exactly what you said, and I listened to that tape over and over and over again.
Fantastic, fantastic. Did you go through? You went through the Unleash the Alpha Within, correct?
Yes, both of them. Unleash the Alpha Within, and there's another one, Unstoppable.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic, guys. You know, this is living proof right here. Okay, living proof. When people say to me that they don't have the money, it's a lie, guys. It's not true. Right? What it means is you as a leader have not been grounded and stepped into your power, number one. It means that you have not taken the time to get that person emotionally connected to their dream. You have not taken the time to do it, right? So it seems like Mount Everest to them, right? It seems like it's Never Neverland. But if you can get that person emotionally connected to their dream, right, where they feel it in their body, guess what magically happens? They start manifesting. Money starts showing up for them. Why? Why is that? Because that's how it works. If you get emotionally connected to your dream, so much so that you can taste it, right, that's when the universe goes, ah, okay, now you get it, okay, right? And the gateway opens and the abundance starts to show up. I mean, I've seen people get checks randomly out of nowhere. They get returns from, you know, some company's been holding, you know, $3,000 in some account or something, and the company closed down and they sent them a check out of nowhere. I've seen people that, you know, something happened where they were overbilled on their credit card or something, and all of a sudden the credit card company calls them and says that they've got extra money. All this stuff, guys. I've seen all of it. Believe me when I tell you that, you know, Stacy, didn't you have somebody give you like a $3,000 watch or something out of nowhere? What was the story with that? You're muted right now. Okay, something happened again with her controls. Anyway, I think she had, like, somebody gave her like a $3,000 expensive watch that she was able to, you know, liquidate as part of her black card fees, right? So it gives you an idea, guys, what's possible. But here's what I want for you to know in closing, is that what I'm talking about, all these strategies that I'm talking about, anybody can do them. Anybody. You don't need any special talent or skill. You don't have to have gone through all the training, right? What you do have to be is you have to be emotionally connected to your dream. So you've got to go through Unstoppable Vision. You've got to go through Unleash the Alpha Within. You've got to do your vision board. You've got to be speaking your reality into existence where you can taste your dream. That's why I say to go to the dealership, so you can surrender to the wealth, right? But if you're there, right, now what's your job? Your job as a leader is to get that other person to where you are. That's the gateway, guys, just so you know. Once you do that, people will move mountains to come up with the money. They will surrender their pride and ego. They will go to their parents, right? They will go take a loan out or a credit card to go get more money, right? I've seen people even take a mortgage against their home because they believe in their dreams so much. Those are all possibilities. So don't buy into the fact that people, when they say they don't have any oh, I don't have any money, right? Because what I tell them is, look, you're going to have to make a decision, okay? Because you're either going to continue to be a victim, right, or you're going to be a victor. Your story is either going to motivate and inspire thousands of people around the world, or you're going to go down a rabbit hole and you're going to go bankrupt. And you're in charge. You control it, right? You choose the path. Over here is everything you don't want. Over here is everything that you want, right? So which do you want it to be? Right? I can give you the gateway. I can give you the tools to tap into personal power. Right? There's Millionaire Mentoring on our team. You can hear from dozens and dozens and dozens of people that are having success. We've got 6 people right now that have been on the top 100 of the company. Right? Must be something. We must be doing something right. Right? You could be one of those people. Now, your story is better to talk about when you're on the other side, looking back. That's when you're going to motivate and inspire the people, guys. Just so you know, right? Not when you're in it. Right, when you're past it. And what's the gateway between the two? You stepping into your personal power, surrendering your pride, surrendering your ego, realizing that it's you that speaks the reality into existence, that it's your thoughts, your words, your emotions, you're doing it to yourself, you're making yourself pain and suffer, you're the one that's doing it. Stop it! Stop it! Right? That's not necessary. So that's our goal. Us as leaders, guys, us as superheroes, we want to be able to share this information with everybody to realize that they can do it too. They have the personal power. All they need is the little tool, right? The little tool that Mark got, the little tool that Chad got, right? The little tool that Stacy went through. Right? Richard's just now tapping into this stuff in this last week, right? We had a chat, and now he's tapped in, right? Sometimes it takes just one conversation, guys, one, to completely and totally change a person's life forever. One conversation. Boom, they're on another path for the rest of their life. That's what happened with Stacy. I took 90 minutes, right? I was driving from one appointment to another appointment, and we talked for an hour and a half. And Stacy is on a brand new path for the rest of her life, guys. Right? For the rest of her life. You all have that power. You, all of you, right across the board here. So you've got all of that bonus training, right? Which you can use as your what, Chad?
The carrot. You can dangle that carrot.
Right? Special sauce. Special sauce. So once you know that you have that, everything that I have, right, everything that I use, I've given it all to you guys, right, everything, my whole arsenal. Everything that I use, you can use too, but your goal, remember this. This is why I keep on going like this. Hey, everybody, David the designer, David's here to help you, right? Why is that, right? Because what I want to see, like here's an example. Find out how, a attorney of X amount of years, right, implemented a secret business formula and in 60 days it's probably going to be $250,000, guys, just so you know. Right? What is that? That's this. What does it have to do with iPass? Nothing. Right? But how are they going to get access to this is through you, through iPass, through Black Card, right? It's whatever you decide, just so you know. You see how that works? So find out how, whatever, right? And log in now and get the special sauce. So then after that, Mark could, say, hey, how you doing? My name is Mark Clyde. I want to tell you a story of what happened for me, right? And he tells the story, right? Now, in the event that you want to be able to get access to this information too, what I recommend that you do, click the link below, watch the video, right? Take the trial, go through blah, 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 blah. If you want to get what I got, you need to get the Black Card, right? Call me when you're done, right? You can put a little tiny funnel like that together. David can whip up something like that, and bada boom, you're in action. You see how you can use your story to create a bridge point, right? And also this simultaneously? Awesome. Okay, so guys, we're going to wrap up for now. Chad, any closing comments?
I'm happy to be here. I've been on vacation for 4 months now, so definitely living the dream.
Fantastic. Mark, appreciate you chiming in today. Congratulations on your success. It's phenomenal news.
Thank you. I'm jealous. Chad's outside.
Yeah.
I have my toes in the grass too, so it feels good.
I like it. I hear the bird in the background. That makes me really jealous.
Awesome, and Richard, great to see you on today's call. That's fantastic. It looks like you're plugging in. That's awesome. Stacy, I'm so proud of you. From 3 weeks ago, for where you were at to where you are right now. I mean, you're literally on the rocket launcher to the moon. This is going to be great. And guys, what I can tell you is this: the breakthroughs, guys, the breakthroughs, the real breakthroughs, they happen at the events. Just so you know. Right? This is literally the tip of the iceberg. I'm just one guy, okay? But when you're talking to multiple other seven-figure income earners, guys, it's life-changing. Okay, now when I talk about energy transference, right, it's real. Okay, like when I get on the phone with somebody, right, if they're ready to go through their breakthrough, it happens on the phone because of energy transference. This is a portal. This is a portal, right? These are energy portals, right? So when you get to a live event and there's multiple seven-figure income earners from all over the world, guys, that's where real lives start changing. So I would encourage you to log into your iPass, get the to Nashville, right? I'm already booked, right? And the cool thing about it is that one person, guys, one relationship can totally change your life. Here's what happened for me. I was searching the feed today, and I saw this video, got my attention. I played it, and there's this one gentleman there that totally, everything that I'm talking about, he nailed. I posted it in our group, okay? I reached out to him, okay? So we weren't friends. So what was my strategy? What was my strategy? Real simple. Hey, such and such, how's it going? How's your day going so far? Darren. Friend add. Instantly. Poof. Right? Bing. We get into a conversation back and forth. Right? So how's the way that you can build instant rapport with somebody is to compliment them. I said, you know what, man, I got to tell you, your video that you posted was so good that I shared it in my team group. You totally nailed it. Right? And I want to reach out to you because I want to see if there's a way that we can actually, partner up and do a couple hangouts where we can help other people to understand these principles. And he was totally, into that, right? I said, I'll get, this would be great. We'll get a chance to connect in Nashville. That's a connection, guys, a business connection. You don't have to be on the same team in order to create value to the marketplace. Really important that you guys get this. You don't have to be on the same team to create value for the industry. Okay, so keep that in mind. Guys, you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes, live from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Get back to the person that invited you to this particular call or click the link below. Take the trial, guys. I'm telling you this, 25 years in business, I've never, ever seen anything that does what this program does, ever. Okay, ever. And there's an unconditional money-back guarantee. You don't like the 7-day trial? Opt out, get your money back. So you've got Darren Little here from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I look forward to meeting you in person one day, and I look forward to seeing you at the top. Bye for now.